You ever start looking for a part in your car like the strut or the stabilizer link, for example, and wonder why don't they just standardize this stuff? They all kind of look the same anyway. So there actually are a lot of standardized components already in the automotive industry. So for example, we've got things like oil filters, air filters, spark plugs, radiator caps, wiper blade, good old 12-volt battery, a lot of fluids and oils. Make sure you guys hit that bell notification icon because a lot of you guys are missing out on great discussions like this. There's also the fuel filler necks that are standardized and some EV charge ports. Then there's the OBD2 standard plug where you can plug one of these under the dash and communicate with the ECU. Just wish I didn't need special software for all the other modules in here. Then there's the entire tire industry. They've got their own standards for sizes and performance as well. Fasteners are also quite standardized in the auto industry with the grading, the coating, the length, the thread, and of course that 10mm socket that we all know. But you gotta leave it to companies like Volkswagen that have to come in with their torque sockets and try to make their thing standard, and they have the volume to do so. Aftermarket accessories have standards too, such as exhaust clamps and hitch receiver balls. Now these parts make sense to standardize because they're very high wear, low cost items and they don't really change the way the vehicle works. However, there's more reason for OEs to keep parts proprietary to their vehicle. The first of which of course is design control. You want the freedom to design whatever kind of vehicle you want so it feels different from other vehicles. You don't want to have a standard component in there that you have to design around because it kind of handicaps the design. Take for example this Volkswagen 1.5 engine. If I was designing it around say a standardized alternator, I have to somehow get it to fit, and if I make some changes to design here, it's not really going to work out with standardized alternator, especially with the packaging inside of the vehicle. It's cheaper for me to actually redesign this alternator to work with this platform of engine. Next up is performance. Every vehicle's got their own targets for efficiency, safety, reliability, and economy, and you can't really standardize that between an SUV and a mini car. For example, you wouldn't be using the same brake caliper here on this Pathfinder as you would on a Mini Cooper. Now, automotive technology is evolving quite rapidly, and if you always want to be on that edge, you can't have standardized components kind of holding you back. For example, hybrids are becoming more and more common. However, they chose to go with a supercharger on this one. You'd never see that if you had everything standardized. The biggest reason why you don't want standard car parts is brand differentiation. Otherwise, we're all going to be eating the same loaf of bread. For example, this is a Nissan Pathfinder, and we all know that the QX60 shares the exact same platform. But to the consumer, it's got to look and feel different with different parts and a different interior so they can have a different experience. For example, we all know that Nissan has some really nice squishy space seats that keep you nice and comfortable, and that's known as a Nissan thing for their brand. Also, styling cues. Remember when all Nissan taillights used to look like this back in the 2010s? Safety regulations also exist, and going back to design control, you need to know how the overall safety system is designed to predict how well it's going to do in a collision. So for example, if the crash structure like the radiator support that sat here or the subframe here was just made of a standard tubular steel, you wouldn't really be able to predict how it would do in a crash or optimize it for weight saving. So not only do you need design control, but you also need supply chain control. Typically these are suppliers like tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers that they sign contracts with. That helps them to control the parts they're getting, the quality they're getting, but also the reliability they're getting. If they didn't have this kind of stuff set up, then it would be like the aftermarket and just be a free-for-all. Now what you don't know is within the tier industry, a lot of parts are already standardized, but they just have a manufacturer specific plug on them. So for example, a lane keep camera or a brake sensor like this one might be the same across a whole bunch of different brands. They just have a different connector, so you feel like you're getting a different part and you'd be paying a different price for it. And then of course there's capitalism. Nobody wants to be the one that goes out and develops the standard, because that means that your parts are going to work on other people's vehicles and you're just going to go buy theirs instead of yours. So by having your own designs and your own type of parts, it kind of keeps you within the umbrella of that brand, but it's kind of a good thing because it does allow for competition between brands. Otherwise, we'd all be driving Dodge Caravans, Ford F-150s, or Toyota Camrys. So with all these reasons why always don't want to standardize parts and make it easier for us, how can the consumer actually make this a benefit? The thing is, always within their own brands are doing platform sharing, which tries to save them money, and if you know what you're doing, you can turn it around to save money for yourself. For example, a little while back I was in the junkyard looking for a valve cover just like this for my brother-in-law's V6 Honda Accord. Now V6 Accords are not that common in the junkyards, but if you look up the part number for this guy, it cross-references to a bunch of other Acura models as well. So because of platform sharing using the same parts across different brands, Acura models were plentiful in the junkyard and we were able to find a good valve cover. So how else can we consumers benefit? Well, there's the entire aftermarket parts industry. Now it's in their interest to consolidate parts because they don't have quite the volume that the OEs do. So the more they consolidate, the more money they save as well. So the reason they can consolidate is because they're not governed by any body. So for example, I can put any part on any car. It doesn't have to fit. The only thing you gotta watch out for is if it's a safety or technology part, for example, you're kind of taking your risk with the aftermarket. Now, the aftermarket's come up with this product information exchange standard, which is a database that collects all of the consolidations together. That's because they have to reverse engineer every single part and physically make sure they match each other, and that's because OEM numbers change all the time, even though the physical parts might be the same. And by using that kind of a database, you can actually save money when looking for parts on your car. Now, the common person might not know, but the QX60 will share the exact same internals inside of here, like the subframe, the engine, transmission, driveline, and suspension as this Pathfinder. Circling back around to our sway bar link example, if I had an Infiniti QX60, I would use that database to find out that this also fits the Altima, Maxima, Murano, Pathfinder, Qashqai, Quest, and the Nissan Rogue. So if I didn't want to go with an aftermarket one like this, I could at least walk over to the Nissan dealership, tell them I have a Rogue instead of an Infiniti, and pay half the price for the same part. Now I want you to tell me in the comment section down below, what do you think of the standardization of car parts in our industry? Do you think it's a good thing, or are we all going to be driving Tesla Model 3s? Can you imagine if they standardized car headlights? Oh wait, they actually did back in the 80s when they had the sealed beam units and all the cars had the same boxy front end. It was so monotonous. Goodbye, take care, and subscribe.